What's up, Alphas? It's your boy, Alphas. I made looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And it's the Clout Show. It's Monday, and I'm with the boys. It's Man Cave. Now,
Yeah, Toine, that ain't went nowhere. It's still a part of the intro. It's not changed.
we do a little different stuff. We adding features, but
that ain't going nowhere.
yeah, we got. I'm always gonna be looking clean. That's what I'm talking about. First, let's introduce from Toine Jackson, the guy. I told y'all in my top 5, he in my top 5 artists. I'm always promoting my. Toine, how you doing today?
What's up, man? Appreciate you for having me, man. Appreciate all y'all having me. Like I said, my name is Toine Jackson. If you ask me, you can find me on all platforms at Toine, Toine. Jackson, it's not Tony, it's Toine. Check out my latest single, Cheat Codes, pretty much for everybody. If you like it, just go buy it, tune in, save it to your playlist, share it with your friends, all the above.
Yeah. I might play a little bit of Cheat Code and give y'all a little snippet at the end. I'll give y'all a little snippet.
All right, you gonna hit that copyright strike.
Toine, you ain't gonna hit me with the copyright strike, yeah.
I don't know that nigga. Get it.
There's no whitelist inside.
And up top, we have the one, the only Monray. How you doing today, Monray?
What's up, your boy Monray Hudson, back in the building just to drop a few gems on this man cave. It is what it is at this point, man, because it's...
In the middle, we have Uniqo Williams. How you doing today, my guy?
Man, I'm doing well, man. I'm on my King of the Hill redemption arc, man. Cut some grass today because I didn't know it was gonna rain like that yesterday. And you know how it goes. And it's always propane official around this way.
Keep that gas.
Wish it was hot like it is down there, boy, because y'all shit don't grow. Go back to it.
Yes, it do grow. It just turned brown.
Say that.
It's just turned brown. You got tall brown grass, dog. Brown grass is crazy. And to the top right, we have the one, the only Afro Comedy 765. How you doing today, aka Tariq?
You already know, local neighborhood scumbag here in the man cave, ready to what? Oh, it's a fun topic. I'm enthused.
Yes,
to say the least.
yes. So the topic of today, as y'all see, as it goes across the screen, it's simple. It's an easy topic. It's clout chasing 101. Why is clout chasing important? Why is it vital? What can we do about it? Can we stop it? I'm gonna just go ahead and say we can't. The internet probably ran that off. But we're gonna go from cases of the pastor talking about Kevin Samuels. We're gonna go to B. Simone talking about B. Simone actually bringing up civil rights leaders and her partner, Michelle, I think her name is. Monte, is that right?
It's a wild Clout Chase.
Yeah, so I'm like, this man died 40 years before you born. I don't know why you had to say this story like this, but we gonna go over that. Wanda Sykes randomly bringing up that she's traumatized from a slap that happened 4 weeks ago that didn't happen to her. Just randomly bringing it up because she's like, hey, I'm finna talk about this slap some more on this interview. So, all right.
Hey, she trying to get a type 5 out of that.
So shout out to her though, but it's still a clout chase. Let's be honest. But
oh yeah, it's very clout chasing.
Yeah.
What is it nowadays?
Yeah. I want to give a Denzel quote, and then we're gonna go over thoughts on the term clout chase.
Why you clout chasing Denzel, bruh?
I'm giving a quote. When you talk about people, it's gossip. Like, we don't want to do that. When you talk about issues, it can contain change. So we try to talk about the issue of clout chasing.
Was he clout chasing when he was quoting Socrates a couple weeks ago?
Oh, he was clout chasing them old white Greek men.
He was trying to reach the divine mind when you said Socrates, huh?
Hey, bro.
Anytime Plato and Socrates get brought up, is the clout chasing's real.
Oh, I'm clout chasing like 40-year-old like history nerds.
Hey, you trying to get that demo? I see.
I don't know no 18-year-old that even know who Socrates is at this point, and I'm kind of sad about it.
That's a crime thing.
Like, you don't know any of the philosophers, not one of them, not Plato. You don't know any of them, right? You know, I just know what my teacher told me. I just know what my teacher told me.
Denzel quote though.
Yeah,
what did Denzel say?
Yeah, he said if you're just talking about people, it's gossip. So we don't want to just talk about people. we want to bring up the
Oh,
subject of clout chasing.
I thought it was going to be a crazy quote.
No, it's just something simple.
Let's go do something off of John Q or something, man.
Yo, we just
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, he's going to give us a deep cut, and it was just, if you talk about people as gossip.
yeah. If you talk about issues,
Alrighty.
it's deeper. You know what I mean? We're gonna start out with Monte because I know he got all this from the Kevin Samuels
Oh, yeah.
pastor to
Give
be
him a hand
Simone.
rub, Monte.
I know he want this, so we're gonna let him eat. We're gonna let him eat real quick.
Where them hands at? Rub 'em.
Man, it's disappointing. Cloud chasing done became the norm almost at this point in pretty much every facet of media that you can think of. Like whether it's podcasts, whether it's shows, whether it's music, whether it's like just no matter where you look at in media, even down to just people having simple Instagram profiles and sharing pictures, making your life seem wonderful on Facebook, on Snapchat, everybody showing just images of things to make it seem like your life is just wonderful. And it's
Faking the funk.
it's gotten to the point now where we even referred to a couple other ones. We've seen pastors talking about Kevin Samuels during church services. I can't lie, that hurt me to my soul almost. I'm just like, what is the point? Like, this is what we come to. This is what
That's the movie type stuff, though.
this is why church a lot of times gets a bad rep because of images like this, and this is what gets put in viral. This is what goes in circulation, not none of the good images and none of the good words. This is always the stuff that goes viral. This is stuff that finds its way onto different media sites, and the media doesn't help because it always is going to put forth the most dramatic thing, the thing that's going to catch your eye, the thing that's going to be the most noteworthy, not necessarily the best possible thing or the truth behind the situation. So when it comes to clout chasing, it's just like, well, a lot of people feel as though either I'm going to fall by the wayside or I'm just going to go and try to chase some clout myself instead of just being the example of what not to do. So at this point, it's just disappointing to watch. And just don't do clout chasing. Just don't do it. Please, just be you. Be yourself. Be truthful. Be an honest person, which I know in 2022 is almost rare.
But it's not monetizable, Monte.
Yes, it is.
Monte, what is it?
Kevin Samuels did it plenty of times. People just didn't want to hear that kind of truth. But we didn't go that far. But, just be truthful. Be yourself. Be you. Don't always just try to one up the next person on Instagram who's 1,000 miles away and has no idea who you are. Like, please don't do that. Don't try to catch up to your favorite celebrities and do all that. Like, please, celebrity life is not real. Who they are and who you believe they are always two different people. Please don't do
What Joe may tell you guys about parasocial relationships.
Parasocial relationships just the start of it. People be modeling their lives after these people. They put like, oh, this celebrity relationship is my perfect example of what I want this marriage to be like, what I want my relationship to be like. I'm like, oh, okay, this is what you believe. That is not what you know. Next thing you know, a few years later, this comes out, this comes out, this comes out. You realize their relationship isn't perfect.
You don't want that Jaden Will love Monte no more?
Yeah, we did up until the downfall started.
4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Cliff Huxtable and Claire Huxtable love. We wanted that Uncle Phil and Aunt Vivian love. We wanted all that. Now, think about it, we had really good examples in the past to model relationships off of. But even now, you can't even look on television or media for a really good relationship almost. Like
it's all love and hip hop now, Monte. You gotta love and hip hop. You gotta get with love and hip hop now.
Exactly. Love and hip hop. The evolution of Flavor Flav's Flavor of Love. That's our perfect example.
Hey, that was classic TV though.
Yep, it was. And people have taken real life.
That was real. That was real trash TV.
Yep, it went from that to New York Trying to Find Love to Chance, and to now we just got the Real Housewives and the Real House Husbands of XYZ. Yay.
They're the Real House Husbands?
They don't call it that, but yeah.
That's wild.
Man, please. So clout chasing has almost become the norm. And if you are true to yourself, my power, my honor to you. Because not a lot of people that really are nowadays.
Yeah.
A lot of people just cannot handle the truth of who they are or the truth of their situation and try to just stand on their own 2 feet. Too many people are always trying to impress the other people. I had to say.
That is true. And like I said, it's easier to it seems easier just to go off that clout chase. It's easier to say, yo, I'm gonna say something crazy. I'm gonna clip it, put it on TikTok, and that's gonna go viral. Like let's go over this channel for instance, because I know people like, oh, you talk about these things. Like I said, I built this channel. I said it on my very third one I started doing on this. I said I want to talk about something deeper because it was about Doja Cat. Y'all remember when Doja Cat had an incident?
Which one?
Was when she was in the little
Chat room.
yeah, she was in the chat room.
Oh, the one. Yeah.
I could have easily got on this internet, went viral by saying Doja Cat is a racist, blah blah blah, all that stuff, and just went in. But instead, I said, you know what, we're gonna talk about it because I don't even know the whole story. Let's talk about loving yourself, black love. Let's talk about this incident as if it's real, but why is it a problem? And I'm like, it's so hard because if I just went and start screaming and yelling like I'm Stephen A. Smith that she hate black people, that would have easily went viral, especially with my voice. I just start squeaking, yelling, and shit. Like that. She just like, oh, it would be easy, but I prefer it not to be. We can just go out here and just talk reckless about all these people. We can Pat Bev. It still got so bad. It's on ESPN where they put Pat Bev on 4 different shows just to slander Chris Paul. They using Chris Paul's worst performance he probably ever had and brought a man who hate him and put him on for 4 different shows just to slander him because it's easy clout. I'm using his example. We're gonna let Toine get in here. Toine, he done put the glasses on. I had to put them in, right?
Oh, I'm about to start making some beats while you doing that. Clout chasing. Run it back for me one more time.
We talking about the B Simone bringing up Martin Luther King. She brought up Martin Luther King talking about, oh, he cheated on his wife. By the way, we have no clue if he actually did
Allegedly.
that. Yeah, it's some federal agent who called his house who admitted they kind of try to get him. They are the government. The people that said it literally were found guilty of getting him murdered. So I don't know how much you can. If somebody want to kill me and my op say something, I don't know how much you believe. But they wanted to bring that up as an example of you can be a good person, but still not. Well, not a good person, but you are not a good father because of me and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm gonna let Monte can get in a minute, but we talking about just those examples. Or Kevin Samuels at a pastor brought up Kevin Samuels at a funeral right after he died. I mean, not at a funeral, at church right after he died, because
Okay.
Became an instant sermon. Christianity wild, son.
As far as Martin Luther King, hey, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm just saying if a man is marching for the rights of a whole entire race and putting his life on the line every day, that's a lot of pressure. You gotta relieve that some type of way. I'm just saying, just
That's a fact.
brother ain't gonna be around 24/7, so you just hey, just but nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying, don't nobody cancel me.
No, chalk it up to the game.
But nah, I feel like you can't pinpoint. For one, I feel like that was a low blow because that's somebody who's deceased and
for 40
despite
years.
whatever shortcomings, yeah, for 40 years, despite whatever shortcomings that they may have allegedly, that's still no right for you to just lowball them because whatever trending topic that's hot for the day. Like, if anything, we could say a whole bunch about B Simone about her whole book deal, whatever. Like, that's pretty much
I didn't even
was
know.
copy and paste, like allegedly, supposedly, whatever you want to call it.
Plagiarism?
Yeah, plagiarism. Yeah, so I just for one, I never try to point fingers or point blame personally because I got to always sweep around my front door, and you just never know when it's your turn, whatever. And no, nothing is ever 100% accurate, whatever. As far as the preachers go, that just mentioned Kevin Samuels, I me I feel like church and religion is two separate things because personally because I feel like one is a show and one is a practice, and you just gotta take it for what it is because they're gonna always put in little innuendos, whatever the trending topic is, just to kind of seem current and up to date and just to get you in there because at the end of the day they're gonna do an altar call and then let it be that. um but no, I feel like clout chasing is whack though, and I feel like canceling people for it is whack because nobody's perfect. and yeah, you gonna feel like you will target yourself when the shoe is on the other foot.
Yeah, to one point, I feel like some of y'all just do it just to get the heat off your back. Something going on, he's like, "Hey, look at what so and so doing." It's kind of weird.
Right,
Mad
right.
deflecting.
Like I even forgot. That's the reason. That's the last time I did check on B Simone on Monday. I said,
Speaking of B Simone, I'm sorry. Was she just trending a little bit a couple days ago? Cause she
I'm glad everybody else knew who this woman was.
it's kind of she kind of just like back seat of wilding out. Like she just like there for like funny moment for yelling.
no, bro. She was just trending because she was saying, or at least I saw like a post or something on her Facebook or something. She was saying that she just had her first orgasm.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's another one of her things she was talking about on her podcast. She has a podcast.
Yeah, bro.
Another woman is named Megan. And they had a podcast, and
I feel like you got much more to worry about with yourself.
Yeah,
wow.
that's a. How old is this woman?
I think she what 30 something?
She old as me.
Old enough.
That's a.
Like she
Listen,
of good age to.
I'm so happy I'm a dude.
she's 32.
That sounds like a horrible existence.
She's 32. We
You know how upset I would be if I never realized.
Bruh. Especially, and like I said, I don't know her like that, but I know what they be saying about the Wild and Outcast. So that says something about all them dudes on there.
So we are not accusing.
Out here slandering them. Look, I don't know who conceited. Is that you, dog? Or is it?
I'm not accusing no one. We do not support this. I don't have no clue what them people do.
She is 32 years old.
Yeah, she is 32.
Bruh, ain't no way.
So I said she need to wear it. Joe, your thoughts, Joe. Joe been a little quiet. Let's get him in here. Let's go.
Man, listen here. Y'all using that situation. I'm gonna use this situation. Keisha Cole and Antonio Brown.
Oh,
okay.
What the when ain't no bigger clout chaser than I feel like at this point, both of them. I don't because like so for people that don't know, basically Keisha Cole, she upset AB in some way. I'm not sure, but this is right. I don't know. Apparently, this is after she got the tattoo of the AB tattoo on her, and then I don't know. He upset her, and he started talking about how high he is, and he's at a hotel, and he's like, "See down there, that's the dirt. You can stand in the dirt, but it can never touch my face." Keisha, you doing all this? We don't need you. So he's talking about Keisha Cole, and then Keisha Cole's like, "Hey, this is the second time you put this out, but you changed the whatever commentary or whatever you say down there, the caption both times." And then she came back and she was like, she was like, "You disrespectful, blah blah blah." And she's like, "I'm missing him," putting all that stuff on the timeline. Listen, both of them is chasing clout because listen, Keisha Cole, she must got a tour coming up or something.
It's a symbiotic clout chase relationship.
And then AB is like being able to say, I'm banging Keisha Cole. What he was saying was, I'm banging an R&B star.
Hmm.
Now I might give you that if it's one of these girls that's hot right now, but Keisha Cole is a broken woman, just like you a broken man. And I think y'all just
the shots fired.
Let's go, Joe. He said she's no scissor.
Joe,
let me tell you.
Joe, I
let's talk about it because they were singing love when I was at Sadie's. At the Sadie's Hawkins dance. They were singing love back then. That's when she was hot. Look at all these years later. This is what you reducing yourself to.
I didn't even know Keisha Cole is still going hard like that.
She's not going hard like that. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
She got a mixtape that's about to be at your local barbershop to download on a USB or something.
All right, Joe done went full Pat Bell on Keisha Cole.
Joe in the building. I'm here for it.
Like Keisha Cole. Matter of fact, I was the nigga that she was hoping it would reach. The good guy. But she kept on choosing the bad guys. And I'm like, yeah, Keisha, I feel sorry for that you're going through what you're going through. Maybe you ought to try a guy like me. I'll let you go fuck with Boobie Gibson. And Boobie coming off at Detroit.
Damn, this got personal real quick.
This got very. All right, Pat Bell. All right, Pat Bell. It's good.
And then she married somebody, some hoodlum. She married some
Not Joe
hoodlum.
dissing around.
Wasn't she on Love and Hip Hop for a little bit too?
No, she had a show with
on
Boogie.
She
Bobby Gibson.
She was just a part of the H1 lineup. I'm saying all that.
Oh, okay.
She's still employable though.
Oh,
AB is not getting a check right now. If he's getting a check, I don't know who it's from, or maybe Mayweather and them is like, matter of fact, let me pay you just to be around us, so we can maybe chase some clout, saying we got this crazy ass nigga running around in these Yeezy boots that he ain't took off in months.
he bounced off the field one good time.
Keisha trying to put up with this because, like, yo, he's running around with Money Mayweather. Maybe I can rub elbows and they can support my next album. Anything. And AB, he just messing with her just to say he messing with her. And I'm telling you, Keisha is so broken. They say she broken. She's just so broken, y'all. So y'all heard her in the songs. Somebody heard her back in them.
Nope,
Oakland.
I sure haven't.
I ain't never listened to a whole album.
What?
But
What?
I'm going off with what y'all say. Starting with
Wrong thing.
MySpace.
Oh my God. The only thing I'm gonna say is do not get tattoos of other people's names on you.
Within days.
I don't care who they are. Unless they are
What
somebody
about your
that-
child? You can do your
that
child,
you
right?
care
Like
about,
your
and
parents.
if it is
That
somebody
child
you
ain't
really
even for
different
sure
or
if you're a
something,
dude. You gotta
do
get the
not
DNA
do
test where you get a
that.
kid tattooed on you.
please. Unless like somebody deceased you showing respect to. I understand. Somebody you're in a relationship with, don't do it. Just don't do it. I don't care how much you love them, don't do it.
As we learned from Pete Davidson, who is the ultimate clout chaser at this point.
Well, technically,
Hey,
I
is he clout chasing or is he just trolling? I don't even think Pete's clout chasing.
I'm gonna actually tell you. So
I think he's
got
trolling.
he's got the tattoo of the kids' initials.
Bro, he got but that's
No,
his thing,
no.
though.
I'm gonna let you finish your point when you get to talk. Let me tell you this. He got them kids' name tattooed on him, and then he ain't even speaking about it. He just letting it happen. People reporting it and all that stuff. You know what you're doing. You pissing Kanye off.
He's trolling.
And then also, who's talking? Who really would be talking about Pete Davidson right now? Nobody. If he wasn't dating Kim Kardashian, he was just some guy. I got this. I'm gonna explain my point. Then you can counter my point when it's your turn. What I'm trying to tell you is this: you got people clout chasing for their own game, and it is what it is. And I think that some people get it off of each other. But what B Simone? What kind of clout chasing was going? Oh, people are reacting to me, and you know you got a good tweet when
ain't this a new podcast, Monte? It's this is like on the fourth
episode 8.
Yeah, it's new. It's to get his name out there. They went on $1 million worth of game too, and that's when she talked about on that same where she talked about her not having an orgasm. It's like to pop off and.
Oh, y'all went
to Gillian Wallow about that.
So I'm done with my point. Go ahead, man.
He said, Taurus, the floor is yours to talk about clout chasing and respond to Joe.
You don't gotta respond to me, man. Just say your point.
Kanye Jr.
Sit back and listen.
No. Clout chasing a civil rights leader is wild. That sounds crazy. Like I said, and as I've said many times, I don't know. I didn't know who B Simone was besides apparently her being one of the background wild and out girls.
Yeah, Tori played D&D so much he don't know who none of these people is, so he can't clout chase. Tori, like, I have a clue none of this is going on. Y'all tell me when I come on this show what's going on.
I know who Martin Luther King is. I do know that. As far as the Pete Davidson clout chase though, I think it's hilarious. Like it's the ultimate troll. He gets the single letter initials in the most random place. We all know Pete Davidson has proved it many times that he will get a tattoo and get that shit lasered off like 2 weeks later. He don't even care. He's one of them type of guys. So that is like epic troll. and I'm always here for that as a child, as a person who did grow up with the internet. I'm always here for the epic troll, and if he's got, I mean, he already said he's trying to see Kanye dressed up like Mrs. Doubtfire, trying to be the housewife at the goddamn mansion so he can see his kids. I'm here for it. But clout chasing in general, we've seen it. I mean, look at Bad Baby. Dr. Phil turned her into making $53 million on OnlyFans. You know what
I don't know if
mean?
that's
And
quite clout chasing. This might be just weird
well,
people
but
waiting
I'm
for
saying
she to 18.
look at all the clout chasing that spawned from her.
Oh,
How
okay.
many people got careers like whoa, like for these? You had like that Malu girl that argued with her. You had Whoa Vicky. You had all these other like we've seen. This is the first generation where we've seen clout chasing sprout so many stars with heavy quotation marks. So many of these viral stars that are burning out very quickly, but they make for really entertaining moments. Though the entertainment value of clout chasing is top notch, but the overall effect is not great for anybody that's involved. It's no fun to have somebody clout chasing you. It's no fun to be a clout chaser for real, for real. And I mean,
Yeah, that to them.
I just think it's that simple. And as far as like I said, when it comes to dead people in general, just leave dead people out of stuff. There's no reason for it. But it is entertaining nonetheless. So there's the scumbag in me. It's still entertaining. That doesn't make it good.
But
So yeah,
I'm gonna say this. I think clout chasing a bit is normal. I think discussing people is normal.
like y'all see the Island Boys say "fuck Chief Keef." That was kind of funny. Why?
Like, that's 100% because that's like obvious clout
That's
chase.
100. I know that's
That's
clout
like
chasing in
that dude did nothing to you. You just randomly say it. Like
Exactly.
what?
It's just funny.
You Smoke Perp got his career on saying him and what's the other
He
one?
does not have a career anymore.
What?
Personally,
Of course, J. Cole, the one he dissed and got famous for saying it, basically said you ain't gonna be here in 2 years, and he basically had 14 people at his
yeah,
concert. So,
he brought the prophecy out.
and when he bring that word prophecy out, some reason it do come true.
J. Cole stands for Jesus. You guys, y'all didn't even know.
Good.
But
Who said that about
It's
Cole?
not Jermaine.
Smoke Perp and what's the other one name? The other one I forgot.
Oh, this
Lil
man,
Pump.
Monica.
That's the one.
Yeah, Lil Pump, the one
Donald
that nobody know. They
Trump-
both started the FJ Cole
Donald Trump
SoundCloud
called
thing.
Lil Pimp. I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so
Oh, he said that J. Cole ain't gonna be here in 2 years?
no, J. Cole said them two won't be
No,
around.
They had a whole F J. Cole chant that
Yeah.
they used to have go down at every
Oh.
show.
And he made a song say y'all just chasing clout, y'all won't be here in 2
The Lil
years.
Pump J. Cole interview was still kind of iconic.
But yeah, J. Cole said they won't be around in 2 years because like you can't just keep that thing. People can say that about it's a lot. But clout chasing is here. It's gonna be here, and to some extent, everybody gonna clout chase a little bit because the topics require you to mention them. Like it's impossible not to talk about something, especially if you do a show or do something or react.
Well, that's based on depending on what your definition of clout chasing
Yeah.
is.
So to somebody, it's gonna be a form of clout chase. It's gonna be somewhat of what people would say is a clout chase. It's very profitable, and who am I to tell a person how to make money or how not to make money? That's one of my rules, also. But in the scheme of things, usually just doing things for the effect, doing things for the notion, doing things for the notoriety, it usually doesn't work because you're not really substantive. You're not giving critique. You're not adding to the world. You're just using a situation that's gonna burn out in a few days, and then you got to keep on doing it. You have to keep on doing it. You have to keep on saying, as you say, there's no new rapper that's J. Cole that Lil Pump can just say that with no more. So he don't have that chant no more because J. Cole left for 2 years, and now I don't have. Now it's just the music or just my commentary or what do I bring to the table because I'm just chasing trends. I know on Twitch and YouTube it's called meta now. Gambling streams. Okay, this is what's popular now. So let's all just chase it. And once you do it, people get on, people start getting successful. It's easy. I see this person gambling stream. I see that person gambling stream. Reaction videos at one point where everybody wanted to be a reactor, and you see all of a sudden you remember early when they first started paying you 2010, they had a prank videos, and now everybody a prank YouTuber.
That's where Vitaly got his rise, and we see how that ended, people.
Yeah, so you see these things, and you see people start doing these streaks, and they make great money, and you see all these fakes, and they do make good money. They make amazing money, and then you work your regular job, and you say this dude is 18 years old doing fake pranks, and he's getting money. So what am I gonna do? Because I'm hitting 22 now. Okay. I'm hitting 24 now. Okay. I'm hitting 26. My YouTube ain't hitting. So all of a sudden I'm starting to feel a type of way. I'm starting to say, hey man, I can do what they do. It's easy. This is cheap content. But in the day, are you making Kendrick Lamar what 9 figures now? J. Cole getting close to Drake. We know 9 figures. Kanye $1 billion. What's the thing about them? They have art to it. It's you can get your few millions, but if you're talented, you get a lot more. And I don't think that's the one thing that people think about when you clout chase, because it's easy for, let's say, Toine, instead of making great music, just start dissing rappers every day. Just start whack 100 everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just start calling people random names and all that stuff.
Look at all the fake rappers. There's a fake Drake and a fake Little Durk out there.
And they even got IG now.
Allow me to retort with that. So speaking of clout chasing, because it's going to tie into a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if y'all still do the music review like show or whatever, but speaking of clout and Kendrick's new album, I don't know if y'all heard it or not, but it's a lot of LGBTQ TM $? The alphabet mafia. There's a lot of that going on that. So I'm just saying, and I'm just playing, so nobody will come after me. I'm just playing.
We're all LGBTQI plus A friendly. Yeah.
I just can't remember none of them, so I just call them, the elemental P people.
Once you argue with the social justice warriors enough, you learn so you can get them down packed. And
we're gonna teach LGBTQA.
I can only properly offend you if I know your name.
Right. So I say all of that just to say, like, if you listen to his album, there's a lot of controversy between him mentioning, the F word, him speaking about his experiences, whatever, because now today in this particular climate, you can come out and say, oh, I have this type of friend or I have this type of family members, or I was wrong about this, or I admit this. So is that a particular clout chasing move? Like for me as an artist to just start talking about it now, or anybody else to start to come out, oh, Kendrick did it, now I can do it. I can, like, how does that work?
If that's what happens from it, that's crazy.
Let's put it like this. Let's say you are it's a difference between inspired and just copying, right? Kendrick told his story about his cousin.
Yeah, I don't get the shock value feel from Kendrick. Like he did it.
It's a whole story around the word and why he used it and blah blah blah. Like I said, whoever offended can be offended. It ain't my job to tell people what to feel. I don't really care enough to tell you what to feel. But it's a whole like he tells a story around it. Now, if everybody just start yelling the F word around everywhere, and just start saying it just for shock value.
I'd say it was 1997.
If they just start yelling it for shock value, then we got an issue. But telling your own personal story and being inspired, like, oh, I had a friend like that, or I used to be like this. I always say this, when I was 18, going to Southern Miss was a different experience for me. I'm going to say it. I don't care. Like, I grew up, without 18-year-old me, I wouldn't be a 30-year-old me. But never been around it outside of one of my cousins, of course. But he was the most gangster dude I knew. But outside of that experience, never been around it, you like, what is this? I'm a little country boy from the middle of the woods, raised in a church. Never been around none of this. So if kindred words is not to that community, it's to people that came from where I came from, where some of us came from. I can't speak for where everybody came from, but you heard that word, you hear how people felt. Found out later that a lot of them dudes that said that word a lot turned out to be one undercover. It was a strange time, but like you did, you found out that was crazy. But oh, so you was with my cousin? Okay, you were the hardest one going against him. The pastor doing the same thing. I don't know what's going on in the world, but
Mad gay pastors out there.
you find out all that stuff. But then, like I said, without me being
Alternative lifestyle, man.
yeah, being from where we're from, he is talking to us because he see it's a lot of transphobic, it's a lot of homophobic stuff in the black communities, in the hood, and the stuff like that. Even like we said, even from the ones that are, because they scared to be like, they want to be tough, and they're like, yo, I'm thugging, you know what I'm saying? We ain't about that. So you trying to expose it. If you feel inspired and tell your story, that's not clout chasing because you're telling your story. Your story can never be clout chasing. It could be inspired by. But like I said, if you just go around selling the F word just for reaction, it's a different.
Yeah.
The same way with, let's go over the B Simone thing and talked about, they could have just mentioned this guy could have been a good dude, but they specifically made sure they mentioned Martin Luther King. She yelled it just so everybody know it, and then they put it on Twitter and didn't even just ask. But you did it for a reason. You did it for a reason. Why? Because I want that reaction. I want to see how people react. I know people gonna disagree. I know people gonna be angry. I know people gonna think they got me. The thing about Fresh and Fit, I'm gonna let Monte talk at this, but the thing about Fresh and Fit, when I was telling Monte why would he go on that show, and I'm like, bro, people gonna want to see his response to it, and it's on that one video gonna make him a ridiculous sum of money. They don't. It doesn't matter about it being hurtful to your brand or whatever. It's about getting reaction, getting money, so you can live that lifestyle. Even though this is the first time I mentioned Dumb and Dumber name, but I just want y'all to understand who I said because it's in deep content. And I don't even mention their name.
If you DM 100 women.
Yeah, so basically it's just a reaction, even though it makes no sense. These people are gonna make themselves look good because, like as Monte said, if you look at the whole interview, some of the stuff they was agreeing with, but they wanted a certain look when they edited it, so they look good. Which is a clout chase too. Bring them on the podcast, yell at them, cut it up where your parts that might make you look bad, make them look bad. Everybody gonna look and see where their response come from. Boom, we both made money. It's like some weird equal thing, even though it doesn't make them look good, but everybody gonna look for that response each time. So it's interesting. Clout is a weird thing. I wish I could do it easy. I wish I could just go and just start just going in like Stephen A and just yelling at everybody trash. It's even hard. I even made my Dot Rivers video because I don't want to give that man that much attention. Is that crazy? Y'all know how much I want to do it.
I do.
Because I might go viral if I talk about Dot Rivers, but I'm still holding on. Stephen A too. I got a video that I want to do on him that I already halfway made, but I like, that's cool. It's just not in me just to, yeah, Monte.
Make videos talking about them, just do it. Like you don't have to overthink it that much. I mean, and then you mentioned Fresh and Fit. I mean, Myron just came under attack from this
Clout Chase
was showing him, made up the entire.
You DM 100 women.
He showed off. I mean, he showed up receipts. So I mean, he just came under fire himself. So I mean, clout can be one of the most viral things just around, and one of the things that will corrupt the heck out of a person, because to seek clout, to seek just your 15 minutes of fame, that will make people do almost anything sometimes. If they just really, really want their 15 minutes.
Look at Boonk. Y'all remember Boonk?
So what do you say?
The dude that used to do that random stuff back in the day.
Now he's John
What you saying?
What's wrong?
What?
No, I'm saying. So what do you say about when clout chasing goes wrong and it turns out you're pretty much the perpetrator, like you're the wrongdoer in this? Like, for example, I don't know about the whole Meg situation, but the girl that accused Chris Brown of rape, Chris Brown had to go and get his receipts, like literally pull up receipts to say this is what was going on, whatever. And
She
then the
should
whole
catch a
world.
charge. If you lie about something like that, you should be charged. Because that's not no joke. That's not no. If you falsely accuse somebody of sexual assault, you should get the charge straight up.
Bro, I'm gonna hit a Keanu Reeves with everybody I encounter whenever I get to that point.
No, Chris Brown do now.
That man don't shake. Huh?
No, Chris Brown do. That's why he had receipts. Remember the girl said he took their phones to make sure, like, hey, no, you ain't recording nothing here.
Bro, you ain't coming nowhere. Nowhere.
Unfortunately, I would say always keep the receipts if possible. Do what you have to do to protect yourself, especially because the courts and the actual courts of law and the court of social media are really not too forgiving on certain people. Like we can use
Look
Chris
at Amber
Brown
Heard and Johnny Depp.
we can use that for example. The Chris Brown example, we want to take on that one. Chris Brown, we don't even know the name of the girl who accused him. Nope. Let that sink in for a second. We don't even know the name of the girl who accused him. The Myron situation, the only reason we know her name is because it was shouted out by, I think, either Myron or Ivan Preach or people.
Actually, 100% a Clout Chaser too, so she always on somebody.
So you have to, and just a lot of times the media is selective on punishments or admitting information or anything of that nature. And so I'm just gonna say it's selective. Best way I can describe it without trying to put any trouble in anything. It's selective. So if you really want to be able to protect yourself, keep receipts of everything. Even if you think you can trust this person, even if you know you ain't gonna do nothing, ain't did nothing, keep receipts no matter what. If you can, man, look, do what you have to do because anytime you get, especially if you like, even if you're a regular person, fine, but especially if you get any degree of fame, if you get any degree of notoriety, any degree of clout under your belt, please believe the clout chasers are coming for you. Everybody is willing to, I ain't gonna say everybody, a lot of people nowadays are willing to use you as a stepping stone to get their name as a household name. A lot of people
out here quitting their jobs to try and get jobs with social media influencers. That one guy quit his job so he could try and get a job with Logan Paul and then snuck into the boxing match to try. Like, that's crazy.
I mean, we gotta look at stuff like that. We just had, I don't even know the reason, but you literally just had somebody tackle Dave Chappelle on stage for whatever reason. Still don't know that.
He wrote a diss track to it.
Yeah,
he had a diss track.
He wrote a diss track 2 years ago for Dave Chappelle, which is strange.
2 years ago.
We got a lot of things.
It was allegedly over the trans remarks.
It is a lot. It is a lot. I mean,
special.
They've been trying to take down Dave Chappelle for the last 2 years.
He got stomped out by Jamie Foxx.
He ain't going anywhere. I mean, just it is a lot. It just people are willing to do almost anything for a little bit of clout just to do it. People, I ain't say all people are really willing. You will never know sometimes. Protect self.
I feel like clout chasers and cancel culture should be like, natural born enemies. Like,
but they go hand in hand.
You're right. They should be. But when you are able to manipulate both, because cancel culture is manipulated. It is manipulated by the media.
When logic goes out the window, man, what do you do?
The crazy thing about it, the Amber Heard, it took forever and a day for DC to do anything in regards to, if I'm remembering right, to anything.
Hey, Johnny Depp's lawyer's knocking it out in the cross-examination, though. They made her look ridiculous.
And that's the thing about it, like, it took forever and a day for just people to even want Amber Heard to lose anything. Yet Johnny Depp, when this was said, without even the evidence or anything,
he instantly lost Pirates of the Caribbean.
He lost so many sponsorships. He lost a couple of movies, I believe. He lost a lot. His name was right through the mud. It will never be. His name probably still will never be able to recover even after this, something like that.
And had to give her $7 million.
Versus Amber Heard, right now, they just really just revealed that DC is like minimizing her roles. Just minimizing.
I think they just said they cut her out now.
I think they fired
her.
They're cutting her out or something like that. It's like we just now getting to it's something.
So let me ask y'all this. So why is it that when it turns to like clout chasing or cancel culture, whichever one, why is it more detrimental to the man versus the woman?
It's a,
Double
let me
standard
okay. Let
shit.
me break this down. Everybody want to talk about this.
He touched it.
I'm
He touched it.
gonna do this. It's a thing called allyship. This goes on now.
Oh shit.
It
Okay.
it's in the 70s. The allyship was the white woman and the black man because we were trying to get together in a group to get freedom, right? Somehow in the 70s, the white woman got her thing and then dipped on the black man. Then we had the war on drugs in the 80s, and that's the truth. If y'all want to argue, go look it up. It's literally it was groups together, planning together, women's right groups, black people groups, black women, black men groups getting together, and they just dumped us. Now it's like the LGBTQ women groups, all that stuff, allying together, even if they got disagreements or whatever, they ally together. Why to take down the man who is not us, but we are infected with the patriarchy, as they say. And by the way, it's a lot of toxic traits in that though.
The patriarchy.
It's a lot. By the way, let's get this clear. It is a lot of problems with it. By the way, it's not clean cut. Like for instance, Fresh and Fit's idea that somehow men cheat because that's what we do. That's a learned behavior. It's not necessarily good in a monogamous country. That's still a weird thing when you have a monogamy country. It kind of goes like Toine said. They are opposites, but somehow monogamy, but somehow men just randomly cheating is somehow. In Rome, it was polygamy was the big thing, so it made sense. Here it's monogamy, so it don't make sense. And how does it go together? It don't. It's just the way the country built, based off that patriarchy for a long time of what the old white man did. So the thing is to get down with them, is to get rid of the head of the patriarchy, this image that held people down. Somehow we who didn't hold people down, somehow it's seen as a benefit, as the black man in this case, or even random white people who ain't in charge of nothing, but random white men. But somehow you get carried into this. Why? Because it's a cultural thing now. It's like these are the allies, this is the enemy. If they do anything wrong, it's a problem. Hence why no one who accused Chris Brown of doing this ever apologized, and nobody expect him to. You accused this man of a crime which is serious. He never did. You stated it. You reported it. You never apologized. You barely don't even get in my back. So it's because, again, men, and we don't give them any benefit of the doubt. You even see women get attacked randomly for like, hey, I like men. Like, I support men. You know, black men do good or white men do good. They get attacked viciously, like, why do you like men? What? Because that's what I like. It's like, and it's a weird thing now because again, the thing about clout chasing is once you start doing the cancel culture clout chase, you have to be perfect. It leads into this perfect society where, let's say MLK did cheat. Let's just say it. Let's just hypothetically, let's just say he did. Let's say, what if he apologized to his wife where he felt guilty and just apologized? She forgave him. They moved on. The police tried to ruin his relationship. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody knows that. So a bunch of people from outside see that and be like, oh, you're not perfect. You aren't nothing. You're not even a good man for all you did for us. You're not even a good person. And then,
can you imagine that speech though?
I bet.
I'm sorry.
I bet he was. I bet he was spin though if he did do that. If that scenario happened, he was spin. But
hey, everybody always act like people have to be perfect, and certain points.
There's no such thing as perfect.
If you do something like that, it doesn't affect the other thing necessarily. Those things have to be connected. If I ended up cheating on somebody, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm a bad father to my children. Those are two different scenarios because people can be good fathers and necessarily not have a good relationship between the two parents. It's not necessarily the same, and that thing irritated me. But and then you have to remember these sort of negative mindsets, these negative things, they're pushed more in media than anything positive. I mean, take everything Kevin Samuels for a second. 5 years of him sitting in his car, just giving advice, trying to be helpful and doing things like that. That don't go viral. That don't get told or anything. That doesn't get spread around.
What's that Jason dude name that all the women supported before he got caught cheating? That he told all men are trash. What's his name? Jason?
No, Derrick Jackson.
Derrick Jackson. Yeah, Derrick Jackson. Yeah, Derrick Jackson.
Oh, the ops himself?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mr. I want everything to be like him until the exposure.
That's that perfect image again.
Oh, my God. The clout chasing continued. Boy,
Hey man, y'all leave my cousin alone.
And every dude was just like, we told y'all. We sat there and told y'all. I mean, that's just one example. But I mean, you take everything from him now that he's been exposed, you ain't seen nothing of him in media in about a year, right? You ain't seen nothing. Nothing on TikTok, nothing on Instagram, nothing
I think
pushed
he still
forward.
make videos though.
Ain't nothing.
They ain't talking about him
Nothing
though.
viral.
They ain't talking about him.
He just disappeared all of a sudden, But then Kevin Samuels' hatred and all those viral videos of the women that he was giving advice to, just the viral ones, them all go. But 5 years prior to that, all the men things, everything he was talking about being none of that gets through. And so people just tend to, a lot of people just tend to be followers. Like it just goes along with, like I said in the previous video, with our rhetoric. Everybody just tends to be a follower. Followers on Facebook, followers on Instagram, followers on Snapchat, with followers on TikTok. Everybody is just this following mindset is just going. Then whatever's popular, people don't bother to just do research on it. People don't bother to actually like look into something that they see that might be viral and actually try to explore the full options of it. Nobody ever does that. Nobody ever does anything like that nowadays. We always get pushed along with the flow of the river of whatever the information that's coming down the pipeline instead of actually looking to see what the source of it is. Nobody ever does this anymore. Matter of fact, but the unfortunate part of it is that let's just take the B. Simone thing that's going viral, right? How many people would say, "Oh, let me actually go and just look at the totality of that podcast segment and let me just see how did this start, how did it end, all that." Anybody ever about to do that? Nah, most people don't. They just take the
A lot of you guys are coping with pattern hair.
Nope, I don't have to do that, but that's just a perfect example. They did with Kevin Samuels. They took everything that Derrick Jackson said as almost like it came from the Bible. It just over it with that nature. It's just how it goes. And it's unfortunate that everybody want to be woke, but everybody's just stay hitting the snooze button when it comes to all the media and everything we taking in our daily lives.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, negativity sells. It's the selling point.
Drama is what it's what sells, what gets the eye openers, it's what gets your attention. It's always the drama. That's what all these sites and everything just perpetuate themselves out of. It's what a lot of talk shows, what a lot of podcasts always function themselves out of. It's like whatever's popping, whatever's drama feel, whatever we can say that'll get people to look this way, we'll just go with that a lot of times.
And
I cheated, and it's her fault. Let me tell you why. It's her fault that I cheated.
Oh, okay. But what you do about the cheating part, though? Oh, okay. So you're just gonna ignore everything that you did. For all we know, you just did it.
I'm reading that. I'm reading that thread though. When he say I cheated on my wife, let me tell you why it's her fault. I'm reading that whole.
yeah, of course, it's negative. Again, in society, like I said, when the Will Smith thing came up, and you see all these celebrities like, oh, what Will Smith did represented all the black people. I'm like, all the black men are represented by Will Smith now, and I'm like, bro, that's Will Smith. That dude ain't been to the hood, and that dude ain't been around no black people like that. And how many years? What? But then LeBron opened the school. It ain't, oh, that represent all black men. No, they don't represent. LeBron did good. Y'all know. I'm like, so we don't get credit when something good happened. We only get credit when thug stuff happened. The guy who happened with the schools, the guy who's up the road, shining shoes, starting a business, he don't good look. But the dude on the news who shot somebody, like, dang, black people look. We always looking bad. I'm like, so y'all ain't, so like I stated, y'all no longer putting credit on nobody else for me, Toine, Monte, Joe's, Tori might put some stuff on Tori, but
even the stuff that we put on the lighter skin race, even when we put when they put stuff on them, such as being community threats, if you know what I'm saying. And
we get mentally ill. We get thugs.
They still get like a thing. Like we like, man, dang, that dude shot up all them people, man. Don't have like we talk like a black person, they get into a shootout. Oh, here they go again, doing what they always do. But when they could be saying, man, let's look at the trauma that this kid is going through and why he went up. They never looked to see why black people, like, man, from day one, they thought that he needed to rebel. He needed to find his place in life. He needed to be stronger and prove that he was strong enough to survive the wilds of the world. They don't talk about that. But that boy, that's a community threat. That boy that went up to that shopping center, that boy that went up to that schoolhouse. There has to be something. There has to be a reason why. There's no way, that one of ours would just. But that's the stigma they got, and they still get a pass. But
let's talk about something. Let's talk about Candace Owens. Let's go over there because some reason every time a black issue hit, she's on Fox News. I'm like, you are never on here because I actually watch it because Joe knows I gotta watch Tucker Carlson and his racist theories are very out there to me, so I have to watch it to know what they talking about. You gotta understand what they talking about because they racist theories be going crazy. But Candace Owens go on here. She goes on this and say, "What about the black people in Chicago?" I'm like, okay, it's a big difference in that. Why? Because that's a community problem. How many people not from Chicago get killed by people in Chicago? Anybody know? It's a very low percentage. It's in the single digits. How many white people get killed in Chicago? Barely any, none. So they kill each other. But this guy went to a whole nother community 3 hours away and targeted the community. One is environmental. One is racism. It's not the same level. Of course you wouldn't put on the same level. No, let's not just go Republican. Let's go Democrat too. Let's go when they got agendas. Oh, gun control laws. Oh, social media. Social media helped them do that because we want to stop it. Again, it's the same tactic over and over again. I got an agenda. I'm going to use this tragedy as a clout chase to get my agenda off. Not finding out the issue with it. Not finding out where this kid was raised and why he wanted to go kill black people. Not finding out his environment. Not talking to his mother, his parents. Where did he get this from? No, we're just going to blame social media. This side going to blame video games. This side going to blame guns. The typical same old thing. I saw Laura Ingraham say somehow he couldn't say what he wanted on the internet because free speech. I'm like, so you can spew racism on Facebook openly? I don't understand what you're talking about. Why is that reason he got mad? I don't know. All these other things instead of environment. Why is people in Chicago in their environment shooting each other? We instead of breaking that down, like, oh, it's bad. We got to do this. We got to do that. Never focusing on the issue because the issue don't matter to them. The issue doesn't matter. It's the clout chase of this being tragic. Because if it's not tragic, we don't have news. When Trump in office, the ratings go up. They want Trump back in office. Why? Because he's saying something crazy. Is it good for the country? Is it making people feel better? No. When a tragedy happened, the news ran it for 10 straight days. We're going to play this and we're going to get every expert about talking about random stuff that's agenda filled. And we're going to just keep on speaking on it. We're going to keep talking about it over and over until we run in the ground. And we're not saying nothing new. We're not talking about anything important. We're just going to get off our agendas and it's going to get our ratings because our ratings shoot up when bad things happen. Because Tucker Carlson told me, as I told Joe, I watched Tucker Carlson told me whenever prominent black people die, the stock market go up. Yeah, that's what he said. He had a whole list of chart. Martin Luther King died, stock market rose 25%. It was the strangest thing. I'm like, why is this even a graph? But he brought it up. He found it out himself. I'm like, why did you look this up? Malcolm X died, it went up 18%. George Floyd died, it went up 54%. I'm like, why are you searching this for? But again, it's agenda. He know who his audience is. He know who he's talking to. That make him feel a little better. So and that's a clout chase too. Just bringing up bad moments that you know gonna get views for clicks. Like I said, to a certain extent, we gonna bring up topics like that, and we gonna bring up things like that to a smaller extent, but because we know it's gonna get clicked. Because we're in a business. That's how it is. It works. But like I said, even with the Doja Cat, and the reason I told Monte why I don't do the doc one, I'm gonna calm down and I'm gonna do the doc one. Because I don't want to just do it for the performance of it. Because it will. I'm a sports fan, and my 76er fan will show, and I will be very performative. And I don't want to be performative. I want to actually have a thought process when I do it. Anybody else?
Be true to yourself. I say what I say.
Nope.
I'm good, but I'm good. About 30 minutes earlier in the show, I said something that y'all go with that.
Say something else, Joe. Joseph.
I ain't got nothing else to say, man.
Tori.
We got.
Oh, it's Joe.
No, I don't know. I forgot what I said. I don't know shit.
Tori, where can they find you at?
Two places up, I guess. I don't know. Clout chasing or white supremacists.
Damn.
Don't tattoo people who don't tattoo unemployed people on you. That's what you should do that.
What? Tori, where can they find you?
Oh, I talked about it so long ago that you remember. I was talking about Keisha.
Oh yeah. We got into some racism and all kind of stuff. So yeah, that's right.
You heard. Afro Commie 765 on everything.
Are we doing that part of it?
Yeah.
Or-
Joe, where can they find you? You said you had nothing else to say.
UniqoWilliams.com, man. You know what time it is, man. We about to have a new episode of Do You Hear Me with Uniqo Williams. We're going live on the actual Facebook page. Go holler at that Facebook page and check it out there. But we're going to be talking a little bit about Bronny going to prom. We're going to talk about, I forgot what's on my little list here. Some other stuff you just got coming there and watching it. Shout out to Rihanna and ASAP Rocky bringing in a beautiful baby boy into the world.
Shout out to them. Monte, where can they find you?
Your boy Monray Hudson, Instagram and TikTok. Go on there, click on the link trees. See the different podcasts I'm a part of. Blur Cartel, Overall 99, Broke Ugly Dudes. We are here. Come and hear what I got to say. I will do my best.
And
one more quick thing. Right now, LeBron is being the emo right now. So if y'all want to check out his Twitter, he is tweeting some very, I just want to be alone sometimes. And then other times I don't. Then he got the smoke cloud going. So go check out LeBron's Twitter.
This is why I'm not
He's
Twitter
tripping.
user primarily. This is why I really don't get on there, which is why I rarely ever use it. And I will do my best to stay that way for the rest of my life. I have one that mug is rarely ever used.
There's an article out there somewhere that's going to do a think piece about what LeBron was talking about on Twitter today.
but
When I tell you, I follow all of 5 things, and none of
He
them
is,
are.
I believe he is allegedly.
I'm not lying to you.
I believe he is allegedly high tweeting right now. He did put the puff cloud. So I don't know.
KD did just say he believe in weed, like sipping a little wine. Okay, here we go. Toine Jackson. He was number 5 on my top 5 artist list. Where can they find you?
Appreciate it. You can find me on all platforms at IBToine. It's IBTOINE. Again, all streaming platforms. Toine Jackson. Check out the latest single, Cheat Codes. Yeah, good vibes, man. I'm horrible at promotion.
Good vibes, good vibe. And you know I am La Alpha Cell May. Remember to keep stumping. Something amazing can happen. All that. We gotta go out on a little bit of this Toine Jackson. We gonna go out a little bit of cheat code. They can't hear it, but I hear it, so y'all gonna hear it. So we're gonna go out a little bit on it. So that's that cheat code in the background. We about to get out of here. I appreciate y'all. Let's play a little bit. We're gonna get out of here. It's on Spotify, by the way, so go listen on Spotify.
On all platforms.
All platforms.
Tidal,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Go listen to the music, though.
And Monte, what else they gotta do while we get out of there?
Buy the merch.
Buy the merch. All right, we out. Peace. I appreciate y'all.